A Shepherd Looks at Psalms 23 by Philip Keller, Chapter 11. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Throughout the study of this psalm, continuous emphasis has been put upon the care exercised by the attentive sheepman. It has been stressed how essential to the welfare of the sheep is the rancher's diligent effort and labor. All the benefits enjoyed by a flock under skilled and loving management have been drawn in bold lines. Now, all of this is summed up here by the psalmist in one brave but simple statement. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. The sheep with such a shepherd knows of a surety that his is a privileged position. No matter what comes, at least and always, he can be perfectly sure that goodness and mercy will be in the picture. He reassures himself that he is ever under sound, sympathetic, intelligent ownership. What more need he care about? Goodness and mercy will be the treatment he receives from his master's expert, loving hands. Not only is this a bold statement, but it is somewhat of a boast, an exclamation of implicit confidence in the one who controls his career and his destiny. How many Christians actually feel this way about Christ? How many of us are truly concerned that no matter what occurs in our lives, we are being followed by goodness and mercy? Of course, it is very simple to speak this way when things are going well. If my health is excellent, my income is flourishing, my family is well, and my friends are fond of me, it is not hard to say, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. But what about when one's body breaks down? What do I say when I stand by helpless, as I have had to do, and watch a life partner die by degrees under appalling pain? What is my reaction when my job folds up and there's no money to meet bills? What happens if my children can't make their grades in school or get caught running with the wrong gang? What do I say when suddenly, without good grounds, friends prove false and turn against me? These are the sort of times that test a person's confidence in the care of Christ. These are the occasions during which the chips are down and life is more than a list of uh, pious platitudes. When my little world is falling apart and the dream castles of my ambitions and hopes crumble into ruins, can I honestly declare, surely, yes, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life? Or is this sheer humbug and a maddening mockery? And looking back over my own life in the light of my own love and care for my sheep, I can see again and again a similar compassion and concern for me in my master's management of my affairs. There were events which at the time seemed like utter calamities. There were paths down which he led me that appeared like blind alleys. There were days he took me through which were well nigh black as night itself. But all in the end turned out for my benefit and my well being. With my limited understanding as a finite human being, I could not always comprehend his management, executed in infinite wisdom. With my natural tendencies to fear, to worry, and ask why, it was not always simple to assume that he really did know what he was doing with me. There were times I was tempted to panic, to bolt, and to leave his care. Somehow I had the strange, stupid notion I could survive better on my own. Most men and women do. But despite this perverse behavior, I am so glad he did not give me up. I am so grateful he did follow me in goodness and mercy. The only possible motivation was his own love, his care, and concern for me as one of his sheep. And despite my doubts, despite my misgivings about his management of my affairs, he has picked me up and borne me back again in great tenderness. As I see all this in retrospect, I realize that for the one who is truly in Christ's care, no difficulty can arise, no dilemma emerge, no seeming disaster descend on the life without eventual good coming out of the chaos. This is to see the goodness and mercy of my Master in my life. It has become the great foundation of my faith and confidence in Him. I love Him because He first loved me. His goodness and mercy and compassion to me are new every day. And my assurance is lodged in these aspects of His character. My trust is in His love for me as His own. My serenity has as its basis an implicit, unshakable reliance on His ability to do the right thing, the best thing in any given situation. This to me is the supreme portrait of my shepherd. Continually there flows out to me His goodness and His mercy, which, even though I do not deserve them, come unremittingly from their source of supply, His own great heart of love. Herein is the essence of all that has gone before in this psalm. All the care, all the work, all the alert watchfulness, all the skill, all the concern, all the self sacrifice are born of His love, the love of one who loves His sheep, loves His work, loves His role as a shepherd. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Hereby perceive we the love of God, because He laid down His life for us. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 16. With all this in view, it is then proper to ask myself, is this outflow of goodness and mercy for me to stop and stagnate in my life? Is there no way in which it can pass on through me to benefit others? Yes, there is a way, and this aspect is one which eludes many of us. There is a positive practical aspect in which my life in turn should be one whereby goodness and mercy follow in my footsteps for the well being of others. Just as God's goodness and mercy flow to me all the days of my life, so goodness and mercy should follow me, should be left behind me as a legacy to others wherever I may go. It is worth reiterating at this point that sheep can, under mismanagement, be the most destructive livestock. In short order, they can ruin and ravage land almost beyond remedy. But in bold contrast, they can, on the other hand, be the most beneficial of all livestock if properly managed. Their manure is the best balanced of any produced by domestic stock. When scattered efficiently over the pastures, it proves of enormous benefit to the soil. The sheep's habit of seeking the highest rise of ground on which to rest ensures that the fertility from the rich lowland is redeposited on the less productive higher ground. No other livestock will consume as wide a variety of herbage. Sheep eat all sorts of weeds and other undesirable plants which might otherwise invade a field. For example, they love the buds and tender tips of Canada thistle, which, if not controlled, can quickly become a most noxious weed. In a few years, a flock of well managed sheep will clean up and restore a piece of ravaged land as no other creature can do. In ancient literature, sheep were referred to as those of the golden hooves, simply because they were regarded and esteemed so highly for their beneficial effect on the land. In my own experience as a sheep rancher, I have, in just a few years, seen two derelict ranches restored to high productivity and usefulness. More than this, what before appeared as depressing eyesores became beautiful park like properties of immense worth. Where previously there had been only poverty and pathetic waste, there now followed flourishing fields and rich abundance. In other words, goodness and mercy had followed my flocks. They left behind them something worthwhile, productive, beautiful, and beneficial to both themselves, others, and me. Where they had walked, there followed fertility and weed free land. Where they had lived, there remained beauty and abundance. The question now comes to me pointedly: is this true of my life? Do I leave a blessing and benediction behind me? Sir Alfred Tennyson wrote in one of his great classic poems, "The good men do the good men do lives after them. The good men do lives after them." On one occasion, two friends spent a few days in our home while passing through en route to some engagements in the East. They invited me to go along. After several days on the road, one of the men missed his hat. He was sure it had been left in our home. He asked me to write my wife to find it and kindly send it on to him. Her letter of reply was one I shall never forget. One sentence in particular made an enormous impact on me. "I have combed the house from top to bottom and could find no trace of the hat. The only thing those men left behind was a great blessing." Is this the way people feel about me? Do I leave a trail of sadness or of gladness behind? Is my memory in other people's minds entwined with mercy and goodness, or would they rather forget me altogether? Do I deposit a blessing behind me, or am I a bane to others? Is my life a pleasure to people or a pain? In Isaiah chapter 52, verse 7, we read, "How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of them that bringeth good tidings, that publish peace." Sometimes it is profitable to ask ourselves such simple questions as: do I leave behind peace in lives or turmoil? Do I leave behind forgiveness or bitterness? Do I leave behind contentment or conflict? Do I leave behind flowers of joy or frustration? Do I leave behind love or rancor? Some people leave such a sorry mess behind them wherever they go that they prefer to cover their tracks. For the true child of God, the one under the shepherd's care, there should never be any sense of shame or fear in going back to where they have lived or been before. Why? Because there they have left a legacy of uplift, encouragement, and inspiration to others. In Africa, where I spent so many years, one of the greatest marks left by any man was that of David Livingstone. No matter where his footsteps took him through the bush and plains of the great continent, there remained the impact of his love. Natives whose language he never learned long years after remembered him as the kindly, tender doctor whom goodness and mercy had followed all the days of his life. There remains in my own mind boyhood recollections of the first stories I was told about Jesus Christ as a man amongst us. His life was summed up in the simple, terse, but deeply profound statement: he went about doing good. It was as though this was the loftiest, noblest, most important thing on which he could possibly spend his few short years. But I also was deeply impressed by the fact that his good and kindly acts were always common led with mercy. Where so often other human beings were rude and harsh and vindictive of one another, his compassion and tenderness was always apparent. Even the most flagrant sinners found forgiveness with him, whereas at the hands of their fellow men they knew only condemnation, censure, and cruel criticism. And again, I have to ask myself, is this my attitude to other people? Do I sit up on my pedestal of self pride and look with contempt upon my contemporaries, or do I get down and identify myself with them in their dilemma and there extend a small measure of the goodness and mercy given to me by my Master? Do I see sinners with the compassion of Christ or with the critical eye of censure? Am I willing to overlook faults and weaknesses in others and extend forgiveness as God has forgiven me my failings? The only real practical measure of my appreciation for the goodness and mercy of God to me is the extent to which I am in turn prepared to show goodness and mercy to others. If I am unable to forgive and extend friendship to fallen men and women, then it is quite certain I know little or nothing in a practical sense of Christ's forgiveness and mercy to me. It is this lack of love among Christians which today makes the church an insipid, lukewarm institution. People come to find affection and are turned off by our tepidity. But the man or woman who knows firsthand without the goodness and mercy of God in his own life will be warm and affectionate with goodness and mercy to others. This is to be a benefit to them, but equally important, it is to be a blessing to God. Yes, a blessing to God. Most of us think only God can bring a blessing to us. The Christian life is a two-way proposition. Nothing pleased me more than to see my flock flourishing and prosper. It delighted me personally, no end, to feel compensated for the care I'd given them. To see them content was wonderful. To see the land benefiting was beautiful. And the two together made me a happy man. It enriched my own life. It was a reward for my efforts and energy. In this experience, I received full compensation for all that I had poured into the endeavor. Most of us forget that our shepherd is looking for some satisfaction as well. We are told that he looked upon the travail of his soul and was satisfied. This is the benefit we can bring to him. He looks on my life in tenderness, for he loves me deeply. He sees the long years during which his goodness and mercy have followed me without slackening. He longs to see some measure of that same goodness and mercy not only passed on to others by me, but also passed back to him with joy. He longs for love, my love, and I love him only and because he first loved me. Then he is satisfied. Chapter 12, final chapter of the book that I'm reading in 2025. A Shepherd Looks at Psalms 23 by Philip Keller. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. It means a lot. Chapter 12, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This psalm opened with the proud, joyous statement, "The Lord is my shepherd." Now it closes with the equally positive, buoyant affirmation, "And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Here is a sheep so utterly satisfied with its lot in life, so fully contented with the care it receives, so much at home with the shepherd that there is not a shred of desire for a change. Stated in simple, direct, rather rough ranch language, it would be put like this: nothing will ever make me leave this outfit. It is great. Conversely, on the shepherd's side, there has developed a great affection and devotion to his flock. He would never think of parting with such a sheep. Healthy, contented, productive sheep are his delight and profit. So strong now are the bonds between them that it is in very truth forever. The word house used here in the poem has a wider meaning than most people could attach to it. Normally, we speak of the house of the Lord as the sanctuary or church or meeting place of God's people. In one sense, David may have had this in mind. And of course, it is pleasant to think that one would always delight to be found in the Lord's house. But it must be kept in mind always that the psalmist, writing from the standpoint of a sheep, is reflecting on and recounting the full round of the year's activities for the flock. He has taken us from the green pastures and still waters of the home ranch up through the mountain passes onto the high tablelands of the summer range. Fall has come with its storms and rain and sleet that drives the sheep down the foothills and back to the home ranch for the long, quiet winter. In a sense, this is coming home. It is a return to the fields and corrals and barns and shelters of the owner's home. During all seasons of the year, with their hazards, dangers, and disturbances, it is the rancher's alertness, care, and energetic management that has brought the sheep through satisfactorily. It is with a sublime feeling of both composure and contentment that this statement, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, is made. Actually, what is referred to by house is the family, our household, our flock of the Good Shepherd. The sheep is so deeply satisfied with the flock to which it belongs, with the ownership of this particular shepherd, that it has no wish to change whatever. It is as if it had finally come home again and was now standing at the fence, bragging to its less fortunate neighbors on the other side. It boasts about the wonderful year it has had and its complete confidence in its owner. Sometimes I feel we Christians should be much more like this. We should be proud to belong to Christ. Why should not we feel free to boast to others of how good our shepherd is? How glad we should be to look back and recall all the amazing ways in which he has provided for our welfare. We should delight to describe in detail the hard experiences through which he has brought us, and we should be eager and quick to tell of our confidence in Christ. We should be bold to state fearlessly that we are so glad we are his. By the contentment and serenity of our lives, we should show what a distinct advantage it is to be a member of his household, of his flock. I could never meditate on this last phrase in the psalm without there welling up in my memory vivid scenes from some of the early days on my first sheep ranch. As winter, with its cold rains and chilling winds, came on, my neighbor's sickly sheep would stand huddled at the fence, their tails to the storm, facing the rich fields in which my flock flourished. Those poor, abused, neglected creatures under the ownership of a heartless rancher had known nothing but suffering most of the year. With them there had been gnawing hunger all summer. They were thin and sickly with disease and scab and parasites, tormented by flies and attacked by predators. Some were so weak and thin and wretched that their thin legs could scarcely bear their scanty frames. Always there seemed to lurk in their eyes the slender, faint hope that perhaps, with a bit of luck, they could break through the fence or crawl through some hole to free themselves. Occasionally this used to happen, especially around Christmas. This was the time of extreme tides when the sea retreated far out beyond the end of the fence lines which ran down to it. The neighbors, emaciated, dissatisfied, hungry sheep, would wait for this to happen. Then, at the first chance, they would go down on the tidal flats, slip around the end of the fence, and come sneaking in to gorge themselves on our rich green grass. So pitiful and pathetic was their condition that the sudden feast of lush feed, to which they were unaccustomed, often proved disastrous. Their digestive systems would begin to scour, and sometimes this led to death. I recall clearly coming across three of my neighbor's ewes lying helpless under a fir tree near the fence one drizzly day. They were like three old, limp, gray, sodden sacks collapsed into a heap. Even their bony legs would no longer support them. I loaded them into a wheelbarrow and wheeled them back to their heartless owner. He simply pulled out a sharp killing knife and slit all three of their throats. He could not care less. What a picture of Satan, who holds ownership over so many. Right there, the graphic account of Jesus' portrayal of himself as being the door and entrance by which sheep were to enter his fold flashed across my mind. Those poor sheep had not come into my ranch through the proper gate. I had never let them in. They had never really become mine. They had not come under my ownership or control. If they had, they would not have suffered so. Even starting out under my management, they would have been given very special care. First, they would have been put on dry, limited rations. Then they would gradually have been allowed green feed until they were adjusted to the new diet and mode of life. In short, they tried to get in on their own. It simply spelled disaster. What made it doubly sad was that they were doomed anyway. On the old, impoverished ranch, they would have starved to death that winter. Likewise, with those apart from Christ, the old world is a pretty wretched ranch, and Satan is a heartless owner. He cares not a whit for men's souls or welfare. Under his tyranny, there are hundreds of hungry, discontented hearts who long to enter into the household of God, who ache for his care and his concern. Yet there is only one way into this fold. That way is through the owner, Christ himself, the Good Shepherd. He boldly declared, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. John chapter 10, verse 9. Almost every day I'm literally rubbing shoulders with men and women on the other side of the fence. What is my impact upon them? Is my life so serene, so satisfying, so radiant because I walk and talk and live with God that they become envious? Do they see in me the benefits of being under Christ's control? Do they see something of himself reflected in my conduct and my character? Does my life and conversation lead them to him and thus into life everlasting? If so, then I may be sure some of them will also long to dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And there is no reason why this cannot happen if they come under his proper ownership. There is one other beautiful and final sense in which the psalmist was speaking as a sheep. It is brought out in the Amplified Old Testament, where the meaning of this last phrase is, I will dwell in the presence of the Lord forever. My personal conviction is that this is the most significant sentiment that David had in his heart as he ended this hymn of praise to divine diligence. Not only do we get the idea of an ever present shepherd on the scene, but also the concept that the sheep wants to be in full view of his owner at all times. This theme has run all through our studies. It is the alertness, the awareness, the diligence of a never tiring master, which alone assures the sheep of excellent care. And from the sheep's standpoint, it is knowing that the shepherd is there. It is the constant awareness of his presence nearby that automatically eliminates most of the difficulties and dangers, while at the same time providing a sense of security and serenity. It is the sheep owner's presence that guarantees there will be no lack of any sort, that there will be abundant green pastures, that there will be still clean waters, that there will be new paths into fresh fields, that there will be safe summers on the high tablelands, that there will be freedom from fear, that there will be antidotes for flies and disease and parasites, that there will be quietness and contentment. In our Christian lives and experience, precisely the same idea and principle applies. For when all is said and done on the subject of a successful Christian walk, it can be summed up in one sentence: live ever aware of God's presence. There is the inner consciousness, which can be very distinct and very real, of Christ's presence in my life, made evident by his gracious Holy Spirit within. It is he who speaks to us in distinct and definite ways about our behavior. For our part, it is a case of being sensitive and responsive to that inner voice. There can be a habitual awareness of Christ within me, empowering me to live a noble and richly rewarding life in cooperation with himself. As I respond to him and move in harmony with his wishes, I discover life becomes satisfying, life becomes worthwhile. It acquires great serenity and is made an exciting adventure of fulfillment as I progress in it. This is made possible as I allow His gracious Spirit to control, to manage, and to direct my daily decisions. In fact, I should deliberately ask for His direction even in minute details. Then there is the wider but equally thrilling awareness of God all around me. I live surrounded by His presence. I am an open person, an open individual, living life open to His scrutiny. He is conscious of every circumstance I encounter. He attends me with care and concern because I belong to Him. And this will continue through eternity. What an assurance! I shall dwell in the presence, in the care of the Lord forever. Bless His name. And that concludes the reading of my first book in 2025, A Shepherd's Look at Psalms 23 by Philip Keller. But I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing this Tuesday evening? Staying warm, I hope. We got the most snow we've ever got here, a record. I didn't get a final measurement, but the last time I checked, it was 7 inches. But it was beyond 7 inches, but at least 7 inches here, which is a record here. I know that's weak, compared to some places, but for LA, it's a lot. Where is the snowman? Well, we got tomorrow, hopefully. But hello to everybody. I can't. I can flip back to see who all is here, but I appreciate everybody that stopped by. The ones I see right now is Heather, National Parks Princess, Adventure America, Judy, uh, Hockey Stick Talk Nation. Appreciate all y'all stopping by. Who promised the snowman? I haven't promised no snowman, but I'll see what I can do. I did kind of. I did kind of do a snowman. It wasn't the build a Lego snowman like a lot of people do. I actually like drew a face like on the ground snowman. So I guess I did build a snowman through art. Um, but you wasn't here earlier, so but maybe tomorrow. Um, like it's been below freezing all day, so the snow ain't going anywhere. Gee, no, it was my own style. That's my style. Everybody does the old, build the snowman. The two little circles. And I mean with the carrot nose and the coal eyes and the corn pipe. That's just so everybody else. Um, I'll see what I can do though. Not tonight. Like I said, it's not going to get above freezing. So like right now, uh, it's like in the low 20s right now, and it's supposed to get down to like 13, I think, in the morning. So the snow's not going anywhere. So maybe tomorrow. Hello to Calvin. The Boston Tea Party is here. I'm gonna start calling you the Boston Tea Party because it's easier to say than terrorist. I have a trouble with terrorist. Like if you had two people that was named Terry, one of them would be Terry, and then the other one would be more Terry, and he would be like, or she would be terrorist. What critter made the tracks? That's a good question. I don't know. I I was one of the critters that made some tracks, but I think all mine got snowed back in. You can call me Jeff. You can call me Jeff. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna try to let that stick, Jeff, but I don't know. Can I call you Al? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's supposed to get like 13 in the morning, and yeah, Paul Simon, that's right. 13 in the morning, and with the wind chill, I think it's supposed to be like 3 degrees in the morning. So I probably won't be building the snowman, at least early anyhow. But maybe some point tomorrow I can work up the oomph to build a snowman. Yeah, y'all come on over. Hello to King JJ. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, everybody come on over to Alabama. We'll build a community snowman. Bring your carrots, bring your coal, um, bring your corn. I always bring my corn. I'm full of corn. Yeah, I need a lot of help. You're right. You're right there. I agree. Um, hello to A1. Hello to anybody I may have missed. No intentional. Barriers. Barriers. That's hard to say also. You can just call me Barry. Or you can call me Al. Just don't call me late for supper. Dun, 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 dun. I got that song stuck in my head now. Dun, 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 dun. You can call me Alf. You can call me Alf. Willie, my man. Ha! Dun, 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 dun. Lucky. You stalker. You stalker. Mexican hot cocoa. I've never heard of Mexican hot cocoa. Hello to Maiden. Looks like you're outside. Are you out here? Maiden said he was outside. Any wildlife possibility? Always, always wildlife possibility. 15 pups at the beach. 4 last week. So what that means is, like Bob Barker used to say, have your pets spayed and neutered. Shout out to Bob Barker. I've never heard of Mexican hot cocoa. Yeah, yeah. You don't stay in the negatives too long for sure. Cinnamon. I like cinnamon. My favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so you know I'm a big fan of cinnamon. Cinnamon spelled backward is Nominic. I like me some Nominic, not to be confused with Dominic. It's Nominic. And the nominees for Best Actor this year are Tom Cruise. No, that's nominees. Yeah, I want to learn how to play it, Maiden. I don't. I have no clue how to. This is my brother's, so he could play it. You know, he had the ear for it. I don't, but I want to. I've been watching like some videos. I'm trying to pick up on how to play it. Um, since I don't have the gift of the ear like he did, I want to just you know listen to somebody else and maybe pick up a few things here and there. That'd be one of my goals for this new year is to maybe play a little bit of harmonica because I do. It's definitely one of my favorite instruments. I'm not good at it, but I love just letting the hot air go. You know. Yeah, Maiden's probably got a lot of experience building snowmen, so he can come on down to Alabama too. You know, we're gonna have that community snowman build, and we'll let Maiden, you know, be the supervisor of the building of the snow, and we won't call it a snowman. We'll call it a snow maiden. Alabama's in the central time zone. Eastern time zone is once you get into Georgia, the next door neighbor to the east. Yeah, Aries World is a Bob Barker. What's the word I'm looking for? Since Maiden's here, I need to go pull out some records, some vinyl or some 8 tracks. I know Kashi has a lot of different kinds of cereals, but I had a bad. I guess the only time I've ever bought it, I had a bad experience. So I guess I judged all the others based on that one box. So I guess I'm wrong for that. But that's my Kashi story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, Aries met Bob Barker. That's a cool story. Hello, Yoda. Happy Tuesday. Did you ever get any snow, Yoda? The accidental swipe up has struck again. What did you see? Please share what the swipe up was. Unless it was, there are some pretty rough swipe ups out there, but if it's shareable, make it shareable. Oh yeah, I forgot you said you were sick, Yoda. I hope you get to feeling better soon. Yoda says he has the flu, y'all. So y'all remember him. Um, Definitely no fun to have the flu. Some lady making bubble wrap popping. Yeah, there's quite a few of those people. The people that make the weird noises and whisper. You know, I can't hear the best, especially as I get older. And a lot of those people are whispering out there. And see, you call. I don't remember. I can't put words in your mouth. You didn't say, Princess, but you said. I don't know if you said I was crazy or something to that effect. But after swiping up and coming back, you ought to feel better about who I am. Yoda spelled backwards is Adoy. So welcome, Adoy. I hope you get to feeling better, Adoy. There's a lot of weird swipe ups for sure. So I don't recommend y'all swiping up. Don't follow the leadership of National Parks Princess. Y'all don't swipe up. It could be hazardous to your health. I mean, I know I put the harm in harmonica, and it can be a little hazardous to your health. But some of those swipe ups can be like extremely, I mean, extremely hazardous to your health. So y'all just hang out here. I'm all right with that. Who's going to Austria? I can't keep up with y'all's chat, man. Yoga. Yeah, 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 yoga. Yeah, 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 yoga. Oh, Aries posted him on the Price is Right. That's cool. Yeah, Aries won a piano from the Price is Right. That's awesome. It's so cold here though. We had to break up my piano and burn it in the fire. That's how cold it is. But no, I'm just kidding. Um, hey, there's Rushmore. How's it going, Kurt? Kurt's playing in the snow too. I'm not alone. I seen you playing in the Kurt. I seen you playing in the Kirk snow. I mean, I seen you playing in the snow, Kurt. Oh, glad to hear that your wife's doing better, Aries. A moment in the word, 11 a.m. Eastern. Is that when is that? You talking about tomorrow or Yoda? So y'all know that the harmonica is metal, right? And it's below freezing here. So I have this like it's not good to have fears, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like my lips might get stuck to the like the kid from Christmas Story. My lips might get stuck to the harmonica, and might have to have it surgically removed, and that wouldn't be cool. So I'm being cautious as I blow the harmonica in the freezing weather. Hello to Daisy May. I hope everybody's had a great Tuesday. Hot water, yeah. Hey, I don't know if y'all, you know, back in my day, we walked barefooted uphill, through the snow. But anyhow, back in my day, we also had ice trays. Y'all remember the old school ice trays? All right, who's spamming the chat? Areas, quit spamming the chat. But the old school ice trays, they were made out of metal, right? And then eventually they went to plastic, that held the water and froze it. Now we got the automatic makers. But anyhow, back in the day, they were made out of metal. And I remember, like, for some reason, I don't know if I had watched that Christmas Story movie, or I don't know where I came across the idea, but to stick my tongue to one of those metal trays as a kid with the ice in it. Yeah, that was a mistake, and I learned about the water trick that Kirk just mentioned. So kids, don't try that at home. Which I know they don't make those metal ice trays anymore, but it's so cold, guys. I seen a hitchhiker, and he was holding up a sign with a picture of a thumb on it. That's how cold it is, guys. It was so cold. I took all the frozen food out of the deep freezer and got in it to keep warm. So the Rushmore show says, so as a kid, I opened up the stand up freezer and put my tongue on the metal rack, and it freaked me out. And I ripped it off, and my tongue was profusely, quit using the big words, Kirk. Profusely, it's in Alabama here, profusely bleeding, left some buds on the rack. I want my buddy back, buddy back, buddy back, buddy back. Chili's, baby back ribs, yeah. Yeah, that sounds very painful there, boy. Whew. So we have the question, why am I Berry Berry? The reason that I'm Berry Berry, I have no idea. No, just from time to time, like people just call me that, Berry Berry. I guess like Mary Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? But I don't know. I just had to come up with a name for YouTube, and that's the first thing that came to my weird mind. Just that's what some people call me, Berry Berry. Some people think my last name's Berry, which would be cool, to have the same first and last name. But no, that's not my story. Hey, Kirk's a teacher, and Kirk, I hope you never share that story with your students, because I could see like a bunch of kids like trying that, and then it would be all your fault, and we would like see Kirk on America's Most Wanted or something, and it wouldn't be a happy ending. So don't share that with your students, please. I know a hello to Pippa and Top Cat. Happy Tuesday. Um, there's a Southern gospel singer. Her last name was Green, and she married a guy with the last name of Bean. So her name is Green Bean. I think her first name is Taranda, but Taranda Green Bean. Hello to Fever Dream Animation. I think he was already here, but I don't think I mentioned you. I'm sorry if I didn't. Um, I always, don't want to leave anybody out for sure. Yeah, could you imagine having the name Green Bean Daisy May? People would be like, yeah, right. Hey, I got a Mr. Green Jeans. Yes, Captain Kangaroo, Andrew Andrews. Um, this next joke. The thing that I don't like about comedy or joking is like when people take it too far and then they start saying stuff that like is it hurts other people. So I'm just to tell one, and it's not aimed to hurt anybody. I promise. Um, so if you're Amish, I respect you know for sure. So this is not no uh, insult toward an Amish person. So if you're Amish or you have relatives that are Amish or you know an Amish person, I apologize in advance. But I thought it was a really great joke, so I'll share it with y'all. It's so cold. Y'all are supposed to say how cold is it? That's what Johnny Carson would. That's I don't know if anybody remembers Johnny Carson, but if he said it was so hot, the crowd would go, "How hot is it?" So I'm saying it is it was so cold, and y'all are supposed to say how cold all right, thank you, Daisy. How cold is it? It was so cold, man. I was in Walmart today, and an Amish guy, was in line, and he was buying an electric blanket. That's not. I'm not making fun of Amish. I promise y'all. Green beans. I love me some green beans, man. Which I like most any vegetables. Yeah, most vegetables is a can do for me. Good night to Pippa and Top Cat. Appreciate you stopping by. I always appreciate anybody that stops by. Just want to encourage anybody as they go through this life together. We're going through this life together. Just want to encourage you along the way. Hope you have a great day, great night, get a lot of rest, and I appreciate you. Top four veggies. All right, here we go, y'all. Top four veg. Y'all put your top four veggies in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's see if we agree or disagree with the crowd here tonight. Top four vegetables. That's a great question, man. I had to think a little bit about that one. I can't just come up with an instant answer. There's just so many great vegetables. Vegetables, man. Man, Daisy May's already got an answer. Celery, carrots, lettuce, and corn. None of those will make well. No, corn will make my top four. I got corn in my list for sure. Corn's got to make. No, you can't say five, Daisy May. You just got to say four to begin with, and then later on we can discuss the extras. But just right now, top four. Calvin's got his. Asparagus is a great answer. I like that. Sweet potato. Is sweet potato a vegetable? Um, anything with sweet in the name, can't be a vegetable. Um, butternut squash and eggplant. Starch. Yeah. I was just kidding, Andy. Sorry, Kurt. I'm always going to mix y'all's names up. A1's already got her answers: zucchini, broccoli, tomatoes. Tomatoes is a fruit, though. You got to change your answers now. Zucchini, broccoli, tomatoes, and cucumber. I love Daisy's answer. I don't like asparagus because I misspelled it. A lot of people misspell. I don't like asparagus because I misspelled it in the third grade spelling bee. True story too. Corn. Fever Dream says corn, potatoes, spinach, and asparagus. Uh oh. National Park Princess. Asparagus might be in the lead with most used answer. Asparagus, green beans. Hey, you don't have to use green beans just because I mentioned it earlier about somebody's name. Asparagus, green beans, artichoke, cauliflower. Yeah, Calvin, I'm struggling to come up with my list. Um, Kurt done stumped me on this one. It's going to take me a while. I don't think nobody's mentioned one of my top four, though. Corn would definitely be one of my top four, but I'm very highly considering another one to be rutabagas. Anybody else like rutabagas? Or am I the Lone Ranger in this crowd? You never heard of rutabagas? Are you serious? I was wondering about Luca because I know Luca's a basketball player, but I didn't know it was a vegetable. But yeah, lima beans for sure. But I like lima beans. They just don't like me. But that's too much information. Oh, you never had it? Okay. Well, you ought to give it a try. It's one of my when it's cooked right. Some people don't know how to. Oh, okra. That's yeah. That's in my list. Thank you for the reminder, A1. So I've got corn is probably going to be my number one. Um, Probably okra would probably be my number two. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, okra number two. We got corn, okra, rutabaga. How about I just spell corn? So we got C for corn. We got O for okra. We got R for rutabaga. What's an N vegetable that I like? Nunya. No, that's not funny. Yeah, okra's great in anything, but yeah, in gumbo for sure. Rhubarb. Uh, I don't know that I've really had rhubarb. I mean, I know what it is, but I know they make rhubarb pie, but I don't know if I've ever ate rhubarb or not. Rhubarb's it's just a fun word. I don't know about eating it, but it's just fun to say. You know, rhubarb and rhubarb spelled backward is brobber. Brobber. Pickled okra. Yeah, I haven't had that in a long time. Um, Okra spelled backwards is arco. Aries World says Nana makes this okra with gravy we put on top of toast. Oh, that sounds interesting. Y'all making me hungry, man, and I just ate. It's not good when you're hungry and you just ate, guys. No, bacon is not a vegetable, Aries. I'm sorry. Bacon definitely goes good with vegetables, though. Yes, sir. BLT is like if we was to do a Rushmore of sandwiches, BLT would be my Rushmore. Bacon is a vegetable. Okay, we have voted. Bacon is now a vegetable. Bacon spelled backwards is no cab. No cab for you. Bacon is also a fruit. Bacon is a fruit now, guys. Hey, but seriously though, I'm thinking about when I think of fruit, I think of sweet. But if y'all have ever put brown sugar on bacon and made a BLT, oh yeah. Who started this? Who started this food conversation? They ought to be. Somebody ought to kick them out of here. Oh yeah, it was Kirk. Can somebody kick Kirk out of here? Is he a blue wrench? Coffee, milk. I've had almond milk, coconut milk. I don't know. I don't guess I've ever had coffee milk. A lot of B on the E. That's not. That would be a good song. I need a lot of B on the LT. I'm gonna start. I'm a big eggnog fan, so I'm gonna start like a petition to make eggnog year round, just not seasonal, because you only see eggnog Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I'm gonna start a petition year round eggnog, and I need some of y'all to sign it if you don't mind. But I did really consider that. But then I got to thinking, if I drank eggnog like year round, I mean, I could already stand to lose some weight. That's why one of the reasons y'all see me walking on the road sometimes. But if eggnog was year round, I'd be in trouble. I would be in trouble. I've never had homemade eggnog. I've only bought it from the store. Yeah, definitely will pack on the pounds. And I have a hard time like stopping. Like not just drinking like a cup, but it's like the whole the whole thing. Oh, we got. I love to learn foreign language, and A1's got us something in Mexico. Eggnog is called rompope, Rome Pope. Oh man, she's enunciating it for us. That's awesome. Rome Popa, Rome Pope, Rome Popa, Rome Popa, Rome Popa, Rome Popa spelled backwards is Hep Yop Emor, Rome Popa. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah. I can't keep up with the chat, man. I know how a surfer feels now. Usually it's just me and George. I'm just talking to George, and it's just I'm just waiting for George to say something, and for the screen to move just one click, and then I talk for a while, and George says a little bit, and it moves just a little bit, kind of like the slow odometer. But tonight the odometer's like rolling, so it's kind of difficult here. I never did complete my list. Y'all got me sidetracked, man. I got to work on my top four. I got my corn, okra, rutabaga. Mm. Is pasta a vegetable? Is pizza a vegetable? Yeah, I always joke that I'm an adopted Italian because I love pizza. I love pasta. Pizza and pasta is like, yeah. there's no such thing as a bad pizza. You might have bad experiences with, or at least me in my experiences is I've never it's cold out here. I've never met a pizza I didn't like. Even from the cheapest to the top dog. It's just all good. I mean, of course, there's those that taste a lot better than others, but still, even the bottom step on the ladder is good. Um, I'll eat a Totino's right now, or whatever your local grocery store's name is. Their generic brand of pizza. Count me in. How did you do that, Aries? How did you open the spam? I don't see the little key that you turn. The spam key. Yeah, Hawaiian pizza's good. But when it comes to pizza, man, it's like the more meat, the merrier for me. Um, I'll eat any kind, but to me, like if you can get a cheese pizza, or you can get a four meat pizza, and they're the same price. Why would you buy a cheese pizza if you can get a cheese pizza with meat on top of it for the same price? That's what I don't understand. You know. Same way with plain potato chips compared to sour cream and onion, barbecue, ranch, whatever. It costs the same, and you get the additional toppings. You got the plain or you got the additional toppings for the same price. Why not go for the additional toppings? Yeah, the more meat, the merrier on the pizza. Also, the more heartburn, but it's worth it. Who's having a 10-hour live stream? See, I'm missing some conversations here. Arius said, "That's it. I have pizza in the fridge. I'm going to go warm up a slice right now." It's Kurt's fault, man. Kurt started this conversation. How y'all making that spam? Y'all got to teach me because I see it in. Y'all got to give a 101 teaching on how to make the little spam emoji. I guess I got the generic emojis that don't have the spam on mine because I've never seen that guy. I got generic emojis. Yeah, me either. I'm jealous, MPP. I've always wanted to make the little spam emoji. Click the smiley face in the chat line. I don't have a chat line. Help. Help. I need somebody. Help. Help. And we know where the bones are going, Aries. We know where the bones are going. Y'all gonna have to make it like a short video of how to make the spam emoji. Spam spelled backwards is maps. Y'all need to make a maps of how to make the spam emoji. Top four harmonica players. That would be a good one. The lurking spam. Lurk at my spam. Lurk at my spam. Lurk at me when I'm talking to you. Lurk at me. Do you play music? Does anybody in here play music? Any instruments? Any musicians up in here? I'm trying to think. We got any musicians in the house or outside? Sorry. Anybody? 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 Musicians? Here goes the spam. MPP says she played the clarinet in the sixth grade. Stevie Wonder and John Popper. What about Bob Dylan? Daisy Mae's son plays the drums. That's cool. Musical spam. Musical spam. Have they ever made a musical called Spam? You know, like kind of like Cats, but it's called Spam. That would be cool. Oh, that's cool, Fever. Hey, let's all y'all join me. I'm gonna try to learn how to play this harmonica in the year 2025. Y'all pick y'all a random instrument. Let's start up a YouTube band, and everybody, you know, you cannot have previously played this instrument. Like, you know, you just got to pick up some new one and just start working on it this new year. And we're gonna just form a band for YouTube and play this play the spam can. I don't recommend playing the spam can, especially with your mouth. You know, not like a harmonica. That would be very dangerous. Air guitar. That's a good one. As long as you make those, you know, facial expressions when you play the air guitar, like you're in pain or like you're in pain or something. I've always enjoyed that. Like, I mean, I don't want to offend nobody that plays guitar. I don't know if anybody that plays the guitar is watching this, but you know, sometimes I wonder, like when they're playing the guitar, and it looks like they're in pain or something. You know, I try to like, you know, figure that out. Who's leaving? Daisy May. Don't go, Daisy. Well, have a good night, Daisy. I appreciate you stopping by. Um, have a great remainder of a Tuesday. Yeah, I knew that about you, Aries. I knew your daughters played the same instrument. That's cool. New game trivia. Who's asking the questions? I love some trivia. Name the 9 countries that start with the letter I, as in igloo. Indonesia. There's Iceland. So A1 brought Indonesia, uh, India, Italy, Iceland. So we got four, and there's nine. Y'all come up with the other five. Yeah, I said Iceland. Are you not listening, Aries? Ireland, yeah. So we got one, two, three, four, five. 5 out of 9. Come on, guys. Oh, cool, Troy. Is it a electric or a acoustic? So Troy's our guitar player for the band. We're getting stumped on the eyes, guys. Come on, let's show them how. Let's show Calvin how smart we are. Iguana. No, that's an animal. Um, electric guitar. Have we already said Italy? I done forgot already. We had to put the. We got to name 9 countries that start with the letter I. Kurt. Um, I can't scroll, so y'all may have to repeat your answers. We have Iceland. Did anybody say Iraq? Istanbul? Uh, Afghanistan? Um, Iran? Iraq? Iran. I ran so far away. So we got 7 out of 9. 2 more, guys. Come on, 2 more. Did we say Indonesia? I have short-term memory loss, man. Indonesia. Did we say? I got amnesia. Did we say Indonesia? Indiana. Did we say Indiana? Indies. Uh, I'm just pretending like it's time limit, so we got to throw some out. Yeah, how could I forget Israel for sure? Thank you, Kurt. Indiana's a state. What? So how many we got? Is that 9 now? Oh, Israel's 8. Okay, we might have to start taking hints. Let's see. I'm gonna go down the alphabet. All right. So I A. Is there any countries that start with the first 2 letters I A? No. I B Ib something. I C Ik. Any icky countries? Ik. Iguana? No, I already said that. That's an animal. I D. Idaho. No. Has anybody got it yet? I think Yemen starts with a Y. Yemen. Yemen. Um, let's see. How can we forget potato chips, man? That's just so wrong to forget potato chips. Y'all put potatoes in the chat, just a reminder that we forgot potato chips. I know there's a potato emoji. I use him all the time. Yeah, we already said Ireland. Um, Iceland. Yeah. Um, Indonesia. Um, y'all keep sidetracking me, man. I was going down the alphabet. I'm gonna get it. Istanbul is a city. That's where I messed up at. Sounds turkey. Sounds like a bunch of turkey to me. Um, uh, emoji. Imajiwa. Um, I don't know. Is that the answer? I don't know. Texas starts with a T. Yeah, what's the second letter? We got some controversy. The internet in the internet or the internet is always the internet is always correct. I date a French model. Oh, the second letter is V. Iv Ivanka. Ivanka. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast. Illinois. Illinois. Iowa. Aries, you had the answer all along. It was Iowa. Ivory Coast. Yes. Shout out to soap. You know, if you've ever used Ivory soap and Coast soap, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We completed the jigsaw puzzle, guys. I'm proud of y'all. Teamwork. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we need to start that band. I'm telling y'all. I think we got some chemistry or some calculus or something. Who said go Chiefs? Man, you better be glad you got a wrench. That's some dangerous words to say go Chiefs up in this chat. Yeah, that was fun. It made me think a little bit. I ain't done that in a while. So thank you, Calvin. Red Kingdom don't start with a I. It starts with an R. All right, I got a game. All right, we got to figure out. We're gonna go in alphabetical order. So y'all be figuring out whose names first. I think it's Aries might be the first one in this. Or no, Adventures America. Yeah. So anyhow, we're gonna go in order, and so you put your name or your state in the chat, right? And we'll see how quick we can get the capital of your state. And you don't put it. I hope you know. I hope you're very familiar. You know, each one of us is familiar with the capital in our own state. But I want to see how good the rest of us are at jumping on the state capital. So, so go for it. So Rushmore's got the first one in. He says Georgia. So, what y'all think? Capital of Georgia. Georgia, Georgia, just an old sweet song. Does anybody know the capital of Georgia? Anyone? I'm going to go with. It looks like the crowd's saying Atlanta, but I'm going to go with. Since yeah, I'm gonna go with ZZ Top. ZZ Top was always talking about Lagrange. I'm going to go with Lagrange, Georgia, is the capital of Georgia. Lagrange. I wish I could play that on harmonica. It would have made the joke a little funny, anyhow. All right, we have Oregon is Salem. Hey, no googling, y'all. No googling for help. You can't phone a friend. You just gotta, you know. There's a Lagrange in Texas. Yeah, Lagrange, Georgia. Lagrange, Texas. All right, we got California. We got what else did we say? California. Come on, let's get the dust off the old brain cells. Oh, Sacramento. Your mom is from Sacramento. That's cool. Hey, Kirk, do you teach spelling? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Just a joke. Just a joke. No offense. Yeah, definitely Sacramento for California. Stockton. Stockton. Like John Stockton. Have we covered all the states yet? Who have we left out? You teach health. Yeah, you said that before. I pay attention. I just forget easy. Oh, y'all got to name Alabama and Texas and Rhode Island. Yeah, we still got at least three to go. Alabama, Rhode Island, and Texas. Yeah, Greenbow, Alabama. Good answer. Good answer. Yep, Montgomery's definitely the answer. Birmingham's probably the biggest city in Alabama. I'm not sure for that though. I don't remember the statistics of the population, but I think Birmingham might be the largest city in Alabama. But Montgomery is the capital. Hartford's Connecticut, right? I think Rhode Island is starts with a P. Since you don't have a clue, there's your clue for Rhode Island. It starts with a P, if I remember right. I ain't been to school in a while though. That's right. Rhode Island is neither a road or an island. Talk amongst yourselves, and don't get verklempt. And the partridge family is neither a partridge or a family. Rhode Island, is that where all like the Rhodes scholars live? Or I wonder if like Willie Nelson has ever performed in Rhode Island and played on the road again, on the Rhode Island again. Oh, there's a hint. Live Snow got 1,800 views. Cool. Probably 1,750 were people like me that's never seen snow before until today. The actual Rhode Island is officially called Aquidneck Island. No, it's not really the first time, but this is definitely a record for here by far, the most snow in one day. I don't know what the total is, but the last time I checked, and it snowed after I checked, but it was over 7 inches the last time I checked. It only snows here like once every 10 years, and like maybe once every 3 years there'll be like flurries that don't stick type stuff. But this is like a once in a lifetime thing, more than likely. I mean, only God knows, but this is definitely like most time when I'm in chat, somebody talks about snow. I'm always joking about what is snow because I mean I've seen it before, but nothing like this. Yep, Providence is the capital of Rhode Island. That's right. Yeah, that's why I've been out here almost all day just enjoying it because it's rare here, and like a lot of places, I know it's common. They get complacent, and used to it. It's just like an everyday thing. But here, and it's been awesome. The main thing I've been just admiring about it is just the pureness, the whiteness of snow. I mean, I already knew that to an extent, but just really studying and looking at it, it's just an amazing. Snow was amazing. I know it can, create problems, of course, driving and the after, when it melts, it's mushy and nasty and dirty and all that good stuff. But just in its purest form to begin with is an awesome thing. Yeah, I appreciate it, Troy. Salute. Pistachios, man. I love some pistachios. That's one of my. Somebody was talking about ice cream. Yeah, Kurt was talking about never met a ice cream he didn't like, and that's one of my favorite ice creams is pistachio almond ice cream. Uh, my top ice cream, my Rushmore of ice creams would be Rocky Road, but number two would probably be pistachio almond ice cream. But I like pistachios by themselves too. Nanu nanu, nanu nanu spelled backwards is unan unan. Mork from Ork. Yeah, I love Rocky Road. put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Oh wow, Calvin. I can imagine being in a. I've been in funerals where it's raining, but I can imagine being in a one where you required earmuffs. Yeah, it's supposed to get down to 13 degrees here in the morning. It's like 23 here now, but it's supposed to get down to like 13 with a wind chill of 3. Yeah, definitely prayers, Jeff. Um, yeah, I mean, my mind's been on my brother a lot, but especially I guess today because like today makes exactly 2 months since he passed away, and I keep thinking about when you're a kid, you always want it to snow, and that's another cool thing about the snow to me is like, um, when you're used to it, when you live in the areas that get snow all the time, it's different. But like here, it don't hardly ever happen. So I guess it brings the kid out in you, the youth. Snow brings the youth out in you. Like I'm reading y'all's comments and like songs keep coming to my mind, which is a normal thing for me. But like Aries was talking about Remedy, and there's a group called the Black Crows. I need a remedy, 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 remedy. And then who else? A1 was talking about parents knocking you out, and LL Cool J. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Take your medicine. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said take your medicine. Yeah, yeah, right. I always have a song for sure. We got Calvin singing. Go Jeff. Go Jeff. Y'all ain't right, man. I don't know if y'all can hear the train going through the woods, but I can hear the whistle of the train. And that's another thing I want to do when I learn how to play this harmonica is, make the train sound. That's what the professionals do. They play the train sound with the harmonica. But I can't do that. My train sounds derailed. I put the harm in harmonica. I'm not on Instagram, so I definitely haven't heard of Ben and Zara. Who invented folding clothes anyhow? I need to talk to that guy. Why can't you just like stack them like checkers or something? You know. I need to talk to that guy that invented folding clothes. Yeah, I need to know. I need to talk to that guy. That's one joke I made up about like when I get to heaven. I'm yeah, I knew I knew what you was talking about MPP. You didn't have to put an asterisk. Oh, but whenever I get to heaven, is I'm gonna look for the guy that invented the alarm clock, and I'm gonna shake his hand and say thank you, and then I'm gonna start searching for the guy that invented the snooze button, and I'm gonna say why, what in the world are you thinking, man? And I guess while I find that guy that invented the snooze button, I'm gonna find the guy that invented folding clothes. We'll ask them both what were they thinking. Did Adam and Eve fold these? I've never thought about that now. But now that's stuck in my brain. Probably never exit from my sponge. Good night, fever dream. Y'all ain't right, man. So y'all no longer have dirty laundry. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. No, fold them when they're up, fold them when they're down. Fold them all around. Dirty laundry. I definitely don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. I'm putting the harm in harmonica, but I'm gonna work on it. What y'all need to do is come back at the end of 2025 and we'll check in and see how everybody's doing on their new instrument. And then in 2026, we're going to kick off the We Ain't Never Played This Instrument tour. And hey, I've got it planned out. I just need y'all to get on board. We Ain't Ever Played No Instrument tour 2026. I got the dog head banging, y'all. I feel good. Oh yeah, Calvin, the Boston Terrierist. Um, I like your Boston Bruins. Uh, whatever that was on your couch, the Boston Bruins blanket or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it had the Boston Bruins symbol and it was cool. Hey, there's a thought. Going live, folding clothes. Boston Bruins blanket. Y'all say that 10 times real fast. Boston Bruins blanket. Never mind. But you got to add. If I owned it, it would be Barry Berry's Boston Bruins blanket. Now say that 10 times real fast. Hello, Fran. Happy. What's today? See, I done been out in the cold. It done froze me brain. Happy Tuesday, Fran. Barry Berry's Boston Bruins blanket. Boy. Fran, did you get any snow where you're located? That's been one of the common topics for today is snow. Peter Popper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Newbie Nate, Newbie Nate sings Bigfoot. Hello, Newbie Nate. Happy Tuesday. Appreciate you stopping by. I like the name. I love me some alliteration, and Newbie Nate is fun to say. Cool name. It only got down to 34. Well, it can still snow at 34 degrees because it don't really matter what the temperature is down here. It's just where it is up there, what it is up there, you know. But you got to definitely have the moisture. The moisture. She sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah, that's another one of our hot topics of the night is folding clothes. We've covered it all tonight. Well, not everything, but a lot. From snow to naming countries that start with the letter I, top four favorite vegetables, um, capitals of your state. She sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah, I'm wearing a hoodie right now. It never got above like 26 or 27 degrees here all day. And I'm not sure what it is right now, but it's probably in the teens. It's supposed to get down to the town down to 13 here, and with a wind chill of 3. One of the coldest nights slash mornings I ever remember here. But I know that's weak to compared to all the people that's been talking about negative this and negative that. But for here, it's cold. Hey, I'm just wearing one glove, like Michael Jackson. See? Yeah, I started to put on 2 gloves, but I was reading a book, and like whenever I'm reading a book, I can't turn the pages when I got a glove on. So I was like, well, I'll just wear one glove on the one hand. And Dirty laundry. What are y'all talking about? I'm lost. I need to keep up with the chat. Y'all ain't right, man. I'm telling you, you ain't right. Shadow puppets. What? Oh, 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 oh. Long and winding road. Every day is a winding road. I seen where Bert dropped a short video today, and I'm sorry, sorry about the seasickness, but it snows, so it's snow sickness, not seasickness. But I can't. It won't let me comment on Bert's short, so I can't. I can't say nothing. My list of people My list of people that I can't comment on their shorts is growing. It was just it used to be just sports car ripping teacher. He was the only one that I couldn't comment on his shorts. But now it's like at least like six different people I can't comment on their shorts, and Bert's one of them. Calvin has a oh hello Chris. Calvin says, "What five-letter word has one left when two letters are removed?" I think I got that, but I won't spoil it for you. Leave it out there for somebody else. Make it stop. I can't. I can't make it stop. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bert has a couple of new short videos, and I was gonna try to comment on them, but it wouldn't let me. Yeah, me too. Does anybody remember watching Happy Days? Um, Nature Dog Realms was talking about that earlier. Did anybody ever get your answer, Calvin? I I didn't look at chat all the way. Sing it, MPP. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, Rick. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, Rick. Hey, I like that version better. That's pretty cool. I don't know who Rick is, but we'll sing it for him. We're gonna Rick around the click tonight. Calvin's getting back to my original song. I think that I was singing is a hint for his riddle. You can call me. You can call me. Dun, 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 dun. Uh oh. I'm feeling bad now. I've created motion sickness. I tried to stop it. I really did. Was the answer Al, Calvin? Surfer, surfer. I am the white thing. I find the white thing every time I look in the mirror. I said, there he is. Surfer, you going live? Are you going live, Surfer? That's all I need to know. Are you going live? Yeah, Surfer, you can see White Thing's tracks going out through the snow there. He's been here. He visited. Dun, 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 dun. Stone. Oh, I thought it was alone. Alone. Ain't that? Don't that work too? Alone was my answer. That's why I was going. You can call me Al. You can call me Al. Boom, 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 boom. Alone. Al. Alone. Chill stream at the same location. National Park Princess. Yeah, I thought I had the answer right, and you gave a different answer. Yeah, I'm feeling bad for making A1 sick. Yeah, y'all have like the fancy holders for your phone. Um, I got mine propped up in a flower pot. You might be a redneck if you prop your telephone up in a fire pot. You might be a redneck. Yeah, twin white things. Yeah, one of the white things was singing to the other. Say, white thing, I think I love you, but I want to know for sure. All right, let's see. Let's see who can tell me who sings that song, "The Wild Thing," originally. I know other groups have had it, but who originally sung "Wild Thing"? And I ain't talking about "Wild Thing" from the Major League Baseball movie. I'm talking about the song "Wild Thing" by the blank. Wild ones? No. Not the Kinks. It was before my time too. Now I can't. I can use that excuse too. Jobu. Yeah, shout out to Jobu. The Trogs. It was the Trogs. We ought to do some more trivia sometime. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed knocking some dust off of my brain cells, trying to remember the I countries. Surfer, did y'all get any snow in Hawaii? Hey, can you like film that, like bouncing? Are you like bouncing out like Tigger or or like the basketball or volleyball? Yeah, I hate it when the pistachios kick in. It's pretty rough. He's really making a refrigerator run. He's going back for seconds of pizza. Yeah, I'm getting tired as well, and my feet are starting to freeze a little bit. It's like in the teens. I was hoping. Oh, there's A1. I'm glad she's back because I was going to tell her I'm sorry for the motion sickness. But I'll go ahead and go too. I appreciate all y'all. Um, Only 850, man. So that means it's 1050 here. Yeah, but Surfer, I don't have any packs to rip or no uh, statistics to read on any cards. You too, Fran. You have a great night. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate everybody that stopped by tonight. It's been fun. I definitely enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all sharing your time with me. And hope everybody has a great remainder of Tuesday. And if you're already over into Wednesday, happy Wednesday. But just want to remind everybody that I love everybody and I don't hate anybody. And it's all because of somebody who died for me. But good night. God bless. And I hope to see y'all somewhere down the road. Stay warm. And I appreciate y'all. Good night. You can call me Al. You can call me Al.